The man who controlled the Strait of Hormuz is reportedly dead. Alireza Tangsiri, IRGC Navy commander, architect of Iran's stranglehold on the world's most critical shipping lane, killed in a strike on Bandar Abbas. No confirmation from Tehran, no claim from Washington, just silence, and 1/5 of the world's oil supply without its gatekeeper. Iran has reportedly suffered a huge blow in the war against the US and Israel. According to the Jerusalem Post, the commander of Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps Navy, Alireza Tangsiri, was killed in a strike on the port city of Bandar Abbas on March 26th. Israeli Defense Minister Israel Katz claimed that the IDF had taken out Tangsiri, along with senior naval command officials, in a precise and deadly operation.
The man who was directly responsible for the terrorist act of bombing and blocking the Strait of Hormuz for shipping has been eliminated. This is a clear message to all senior members of the Iranian terrorist organization, the Revolutionary Guards, which currently controls Iran.
Tangsiri had led the IRGC Navy since August 2018, appointed directly by then Supreme Leader Ali Khamenei. He was the man responsible for Iran's naval operations in the Persian Gulf and the Strait of Hormuz, one of the world's most critical shipping lanes, through which nearly 1/5 of all global oil passes. Tangsiri's death, if confirmed, would be among the most significant command-level losses Iran has suffered in the current war. He was not simply a naval commander. He was the man actively overseeing Iran's stranglehold on the Strait of Hormuz, a closure Tehran has already been enforcing selectively, squeezing oil markets and keeping the world on edge. Losing the architect of that operation mid-conflict raises immediate questions about who takes over, whether the closure holds, and whether his death accelerates or complicates Iran's next move in the waterway. Tangsiri's career was built on provocation. During the Iran-Iraq War, he gained experience fighting US forces in the tanker wars. He later commanded the IRGC Navy's 1st Naval District in Bandar Abbas before rising to the top post. Under his watch, Iran unveiled its first drone carrier and repeatedly targeted foreign vessels in the Gulf. Tangsiri did not shy away from confrontation. Just days before his reported death, he had issued a direct warning to American personnel across the region.
Our list of targets is updated. Oil facilities associated with America are now on par with American bases and will come under fire with full force.
The US had made no secret of its intent. Since the current war began, American forces are believed to have destroyed around 100 Iranian naval vessels. Washington had repeatedly named the elimination of Iran's naval capability as a top military priority. What happens next in the Strait of Hormuz, and who now commands it for Iran, remains to be seen. Iran has moved swiftly to fill one of the most consequential security vacancies the war has created. As the conflict enters its 5th week, Tehran has appointed a veteran Revolutionary Guard commander to lead its Supreme National Security Council, the body that sits at the very heart of the Islamic Republic's war-making and diplomatic decision-making. Mohammad Bagher Zolgadeh has been officially named as the new secretary of Iran's Supreme National Security Council, confirmed by the Iranian president's deputy for communications in a post on X. The appointment was made by direct presidential decree and with the endorsement of Supreme Leader Ayatollah Mojtaba Khamenei. He replaces Ali Larijani, who was assassinated in an Israeli-American strike last week. Larijani had held the position since August 2025. So, who is this Mohammad Bagher Zolgadeh? The short answer is one of the most deeply embedded figures in Iran's security establishment. Zolgada previously served as Deputy Chief of the General Staff of the Armed Forces for Basij Affairs and held senior positions in the judiciary for nearly a decade. His academic credentials are just as telling. Before the 1979 Islamic Revolution, Zolgada earned a degree in economics from Tehran University, followed by a master's in public administration from the same institution, and later completed a doctorate in strategic management at the National Defense University. His operational pedigree runs deep. Following the Holy Defense War in the late 1980s, Zolgada served for 8 years as head of the IRGC Joint Staff during the presidency of Akbar Hashemi Rafsanjani, then spent another 8 years as Deputy Commander-in-Chief of the IRGC. Zolgada had most recently been serving as Secretary of Iran's Expediency Council before this appointment and holds the rank of Brigadier General in the Revolutionary Guard. This is not a bureaucratic appointment, it is a wartime one. The Supreme National Security Council coordinates Iran's response to existential threats, overseas intelligence, military strategy, and any diplomatic outreach. Placing a decorated IRGC veteran in that chair sends a clear signal. Tehran is not softening its institutional posture, even as diplomatic signals flicker in the background. The appointment comes at a moment of intense strategic ambiguity. Iran's leaders are wary of Washington's motives, in part because Tehran was in negotiations with the United States before the surprise attack that started the current war. Zolgada steps into his role as thousands of US Marines continue moving towards the region. Washington debates a potential ground operation on Karg Island, and the Strait of Hormuz remains an open flashpoint. The man now steering Iran's Security Council is not a diplomat, he is a soldier. And that in itself may be Tehran's most deliberate message yet.